Yo! Check that out. Everything is on, baby. What's going down, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Oh, it feels so good to be live. Look at all these patrons down here, guys. What a beautiful time it is to be here. My gosh, happy Wednesday, guys. It's time for Tea with P. Every single graphic I have tonight is up and displayed for your eyes only, my friends. Oh, and it feels so good to be here. I forgot to put my earpiece in before we got started, so here I am just doing it. But we made it through, man. We made it through. What do you think of all those graphics? Did you see any of them? Because I made all of them. I made all of them. Yes, I did. That's me. Pretty sophisticated. Some of them aren't working. Oh, they're probably underneath. I don't even want to try to figure it out. Don't care. Don't care. Guys, welcome in. Make yourselves comfortable. This is Tea with P. Every Wednesday where the T is beer and the P is me, and you are here with me to enjoy the nudes and everything in between. Whether it's nudes, culture, science, health, this is your one-stop shop for open conversation, guys. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central, so you know what time it is. Guys, it feels so good to be here. Thank you so much for joining. If you wouldn't be, or if you'd be so inclined, could you hit that like button? But before you do, I want to give a huge shout out to the band, ladies and gentlemen, doing their thing out there. Oh. We love them. We took a lot of money to get a whole orchestra hired, but they're out doing their thing. They might have shut the camera off. Yeah, forget about it. Huge shout out to Mrs. P doing her thing out there too, man. Mrs. P doing her thing. She's out there too. You won't know it, but she's there. Everything worked 10 seconds before we went live, but it don't now, so it's fine. Good to see you guys, man. You can kill the band. Get out of here, Gerald. Get out of here. We don't need you. Yep, get out of here. It's a great time in the nudes tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Mrs. P, how you doing?
Good-ish. Be better if all the buttons were working.
Yeah, you can kill the music. We don't need it. We don't need it. They're not even doing their part anyway. Get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a fantastic time to be here. I'm so glad you guys could join. I got a little bit of herb here. Going to be enjoying some tokes and smokes. We've got a fantastic show planned for you today. We've got an incredible guest, too, at the top of the hour. Huge show to Dr. Autoflower. He's going to be joining us for a wicked conversation. Talk about an OG. That's at the top of the hour, the 10 o'clock hour. We got tons to talk about. We're going to be talking about paraphernalia vending machines, anti-aging cannabinoids. We've got YouTubers meeting with YouTube. Weedtubers meeting with YouTube. It seems like a great day to be having a conversation. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see you guys. Is this pre-recorded? Of course this is pre-recorded. It's a lot easier that way for whoever asked me. P with T is clipped. Let me reclip my mic here. Thank you guys for the heads up on that, by the way. Also, there we go. Fantastic. Thank you guys, man. Huge shout out to you guys for pulling up, man. Fix your mic. Yeah, there we go. Is that better? That's better? Appreciate you guys, man. You think I'd have all this shit put together here like we're running some kind of show, but we ain't. Huge shout out to HGTV doing their thing. I saw them with a great show earlier tonight, interviewing Mr. Ganix and C Bunny. Mama Kush doing her thing out there. Mama, good to see you. Great show earlier, guys. They also had Jorge Cervantes on as well last week, or earlier last week, and that was a hell of an episode too. Right now, I wanted to give a huge shout out to this community, ladies and gentlemen. This community, the Canna community, is on fire right now. I want to say huge shout out to Astro, Untrained Astronaut. That man had a wonderful conversation with Mick Cannabis Luke. They hosted Jeremy from Build This Oil. And that was non-stop. It's peaking, is it? Am I peaking a little bit? Am I peaking? It's V peaking. Is it? Hit that like. Is it? I want to make sure the audio is good. Does it sound good? Am I peaking a little bit? I want to make sure it's perfect for you guys. Okay. So yeah, just double check on the weed. Yep. That was solid. Yeah, so huge shout out to them for putting on a wicked show. It was a wicked banger. It is crackly. Let's see if, yeah, you got me turned down a little bit. It's crackly. Just a tad. You are peaking. I don't hear it either, but it doesn't mean it's not happening because everybody else is. Hold on, I can fix that. Actually, let me just double check. Let me double check here. Am I peaking? Where am I peaking?
I've got you good here.
Yes, yes, yes. I wonder. It's better. It's good now. Oh, shit. Well, of course it is. Of course it is. I just hacked the mainframe and got everything just banging. Yo, thank you guys. Thank you. Got it working. Okay, Mrs. P is peaking. Yeah, we love it. She's tweaking is what Mrs. P is doing. So, yes. Huge to the guest. Content creator. Did I not mention the guest? We have Dr. Autoflower at the top of the hour. Going to be joining us for a great conversation. Yeah, so I wanted to give a huge shout out to this community right now because this time right now is the best time to be involved with the community because the content right now is absolutely fire. You've got Untrained Astronaut that's doing wicked things in regards to the conversation with Luke and Jeremy. That was wicked. You got Church of Astro. HGTC right now is on fire in regards to their content and who they're interviewing. You've got Cannabis Express 420, which take a deep dive into the cannabis content as a whole, the issues, and the community. And you got guys like It's Liger, who's taken deep dives into the issues, the drama, the stories that everybody's interested. So, man, that's pretty damn awesome. The crackle is back. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, friends. I don't know what to say. Hopefully I can edit it out after you. So, yeah, huge shout to them and a huge shout to everybody who's doing their thing in regards to cannabis content. I said it this morning on my Instagram. Everyone that's putting out content right now is really raising the bar in terms of what it takes to create quality content. So shout out to you guys and doing it because, man, I'm telling you, as one of the OGs, it's like, shit, we got to keep jumping higher and higher because you guys just keep lifting that bar up and up and up. And it won't be long before I'm looking at you guys going, shit, look at you guys up there doing your thing. So congratulations to everybody. I also want to give everyone a little heads up in regards to the Grow series. We've got a Grow series right now on YouTube. You can check it out. Brand new episodes post every single Friday. You can check that out. It's free. Going to be growing along with everybody just 1 week at a time, taking everybody through kind of my mindset and everything it takes to grow and what I'm going to be growing on and so on and so forth. I'm also offering guided grow classes as well. Now, if you are looking for a little bit more of a personal touch in regards to keeping things on track in the garden, consider checking out Patreon, patreon.com/pigeons420. That's where you're going to find a host of tiers and perks, but I've got a course on there for $25 a month. For $25 a month, we're doing 2 classes bi-weekly, 30 minutes. You can come in, we're going to start at germination, and we're going to end at curing. I'm going to try to help everyone who joins to curate an environment that's consistent along the lines of the entire class, and we're going to grow some fire-ass weed. It's a come and go program whenever you want to come and whenever you want to go. If you're up for the germination stage and you've got the rest figured out, sign up for the first 2 classes, $25, get the information you need to get a solid germination, then you can take off, go wherever you want. If you're good at germination but you suck at training and you really want to get a good hands-on, skip the germination month, come to the training month. So I encourage everybody to come check it out. It's $25 for 2 classes. I hope that anyone who tunes in, we're going to be able to harvest you at least a half a pound of weed. Okay? 6 months, starts January 6th. Maybe it's January 3rd. I think it's Tuesday. Starts September, that's what I said. 6th or 3rd? Yeah, 3rd.
You said January.
Oh, January 3rd, whatever. I'm going to prolong it a little bit. September 3rd, classes start. So if that's something you're interested in, patreon.com/pigeonsfo20. Also, guys, LA, the Growers Gauntlet is going to be meeting in less than a week. a week and a half, something like that. We're going to be hosting the Growers Gauntlet Championship. Shout out to Mick Cannabis Luke. He won the Growers Gauntlet, and he and his missus are being shipped out to LA, and that's where we are going to be having ourselves the award show. Super, super stoked for that. If you are in the LA area, and there's limited tickets, but if you think you might be able to get down there, hit us up and we'll see if we can get you a ticket. It's an INV or RSVP event, so come check it out. If you're in the LA area and there's enough tickets, we'd love to hook you guys up. Come check it out, man. What are you guys smoking, man? What are you guys smoking, man? I see Astro's going to be there. Mama Kush is going to be there. King Michael, you going to be there? What's up, Pigeons? What's up, man? C Bunny's in the house. C Bunny, good to see you, man. AKG Organics, good to see you too, man. What's up? This is definitely pre-recorded, as I stated earlier. Ryan's here. Ryan, good to see you, my friend. It's not really a crackle, but something interfering with your mic. Probably my drip. Yeah, I wish I could figure it out, but of all the things I could have had issues with, I had no idea it'd be my mic cackling. So, anyways, what are you smoking on? Steve with some Chem 91. It's fantastic genetic. Quadruple berry for 0 tolerance. Lacey with some sour tangy. Let's go. Traptor. Nah, you don't, Astro. You already said you'd take me. That's right. That's right. Brina, it's better now. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but Carson smoking on some Oreos from Viking Cannabis. Cannabis. I'm going to have myself a nice rip here. Pretend like all the worries in the world don't matter. And away we go. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me tonight. Let's get it. Cheers, friends. Oh, yeah. Wish I could pin this thing up, but I don't think I'll be able to, because I don't know where the thing is. Nope. Oh, well. I tried. Your Mac is fine. Thank you, Brina. So, ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time being here, this is, my name's Pigeons, and this is the one-stop shop for all things nudes, culture, science, health. This is us diving into the nudes without any further ado. Let's do it.
Canna News. All things culture, science, and health. Your one-stop shop for all things Canna News.
Hey, there we go. So, and then Seedsman, shout out to Seedsman up there as well.
For no reason.
I want everybody to know that Pigeon's got himself a new computer, and it's on the way. Should be here next week. So that we no longer need to have this like janky little setup that we got here right now. Shout out to you guys for putting up with us. We appreciate you. Shout out to Team Zaza. Zaza Genetics is in the house. Good to see you, brother. So, ladies and gentlemen, nudes, culture, science, health, and everything in between. We've got some things to discuss, and if there's anything that you feel we need to discuss and you feel like I miss it, and or you want to add to the story, hit me up over on X at Pigeons420. That's the best place for us to have conversation because, boy, that's probably the most active that I'm at in regards to just getting a daily scoop and see what's growing on and bringing the scoop to the coop. All right? So, the first story that I want to cover today is actually one that I feel like hits close to home for many of us. It turns out we might be getting some somewhat acknowledgement from YouTube after all. Dope as Yola Thomas posted on his X account that there was a Hey! Definitely didn't do this when we set everything up. It's not even on. Imagine that. I think it's the top one, media source. Doink! Dr. Autoflower is going to be joining us later. Hey! Thomas from Dope as Yola is going to be, or not going to be, he posted on his X, on his Twitter account, that he had a meeting with YouTube, and I thought this was actually quite awesome, man. This, in my opinion, if I'm not mistaken, and I've been creating cannabis content on the internet since 2014, this is the very first time that somebody from our community took on a meeting with YouTube. That's pretty sweet. Regardless of what your opinions of Yola really are, the fact that this man had a meeting with YouTube and it turned out pretty fruitful is fucking awesome. Is damn awesome. Huge shout out to Yola for doing this. Apparently he had his agents, or his new agents, reach out to YouTube, got the meeting, and according to his own words, the meeting went really well. And as a matter of fact, shout out to It's Liger. He actually did a video on this, and this is where I think he got Yola's story on Instagram, and I missed it. So yeah, play it up.
Guys, Marty and I here, Dope as Usual podcast. We're here at YouTube Studios, Google. Thank you guys so much. We're trying to get it done. So have a dope ass day. Wish us luck.
Now, he hasn't said too much about,
There's
what
some
went
photos.
down because obviously he can't. But from what the pictures, he posted, it seemed like stuff did go well.
Sweet.
Also, what tells me that it went well is that Yola
absolutely awesome. To see that he was doing a tour at the YouTube studios is a pretty big deal, and I'm very thankful for that. He also posted that he did not receive an age restriction. Sorry, I was trying to remember what it was he posted. Did not receive an age restriction on his last video either. So kind of makes you ask, what's going on in the world of YouTube? Are they actually acknowledging the existence of this content? Because if that's the case, boy, that's a new wave. Canna content has brought in, definitely millions of views. My channel alone has millions of views, but millions of dollars based on those views. So it's very nice that there's some level of acknowledgement. So huge shout out to YOLO for making taking the steps to bridge the gap, bro. What do you guys think? Do you think there's going to be any progress? Do you think it's just all smoke and mirrors, or is there a possibility that we could see some kind of change coming in the future? Pose question to you guys. Last week we weren't live. I had a hockey camp for my son, and we missed a week. And when we miss a week that there's going to be tea. Well, guess what? Turns out, yeah, we missed meth in children's candy. Yeah, it's not even Halloween yet. 65 potential lethal meth candies unknowingly shared by New Zealand Food Bank. A food bank sharing meth candies. Let's go. Police in New Zealand have accounted for 41 chunks of methamphetamine enclosed in candy wrappers, each a potential lethal dose of the drug, that were unknowingly distributed by an Auckland food bank. New Zealand police have so far accounted for the 41 bags. The authorities were in the process of collecting 24 more of the contaminated sweets from members of the public late Friday. But what? They were gone? Bringing the total number of candies accidentally shared in food parcels to at least 65. It was not known how many were circulating, how many were consumed. No one has been seriously harmed by the sweets. Well, aren't these just the tweakiest candies you're going to find, huh? Could you imagine taking back a lozenge to just get a little bit of sweet and you're just tweaking on meth? And then every time you fill out a drugs like a job application, you have to say yes. I tried methamphetamine. That's unfortunate. I'm kind of curious. How this happens. Rinda Food Industries said in its factory in Malaysia was inspected on Thursday by the Malaysian Ministry of Health, and samples were collected for testing. We would like to clarify that Rinda Food Industries does not directly export goods into New Zealand, it said. The contaminated sweets had a street value of $1,000. That's $600 per candy. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. So I want to know how it got in there, and all we can get is, we want to make it clear we had no idea, or we don't condone illegal drugs. Well, that's what I would say if I was got busted distributing methamphetamines through. Yeah, I hate drugs. Drugs are bad. Methamphetamine is bad. People who do it, bad. We don't condone bad people. How much did you find? Yeah, how the hell does meth get inside of candy? That's the real question there, friends. And to all my methamphetamines out there, my meth addicts, $600 a candy, is that a reasonable amount? Seems a little steep. Okay? My little meth hairs are rising on my arms like, $600 a candy. Not cutting it for me. What do you think? Say no to meth. So here's one for you. This one will spark a little bit of debate. Before I get into it, I want you guys to know that any and all opinions are welcome here. Okay? Even the ones I don't like. Just kidding. All opinions are welcome, guys. Even though I got the microphone, the crackly microphone, I want you to know that just because I say what I believe, I think it's fair that you should be able to say what you believe as well. That brings me to my next story. Shout out to East Coast Grower for bringing this to my attention first. And then shout out to Scott. I believe he was our second person to bring this to our attention. Or else these paraphernalia vending machines would have gone right over under my radar. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, you heard me correct. BC orders review of vending machine dispensing clean harm reduction supplies. The provincial government has ordered a review into a program offering clean harm reduction supplies for drug users in a vending machine outside Nanaimo General Hospital after a BC Conservative candidate criticized the program. At a press conference Tuesday, Premier David Eby said the complaints about the vending machine caused him to ask the Minister of Mental Health and Addiction to do a review of any of the distribution methods that don't involve direct contact between a service provider and somebody struggling with addiction. Eby said the vending machines were dispensing harm reduction things like Narcan, clean pipes, and naloxone. Leader of the Conservative Party of British Columbia, John Roustad, said it's appalling and irresponsible to have a vending machine handing out drug paraphernalia outside of a hospital. This is yet another example of BC's and I quote, BC NDP's disastrous approach to public safety and healthcare. Under David Eby's leadership, we are seeing dangerous policies that promote and normalize hard drug use, even in places meant for healing. So, that's kind of the story. And I pass the question off to you. What do you think about paraphernalia dispensing vending machines? Yay or nay? Going to give you my opinion, and I'm not sure what you're going to think about it. Mrs. P loved the idea. She thought it was a great idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, and she's a lot more caring and loving person than I am. Me, I think it's a horrible idea. I think we should prevent people from getting to the paraphernalia dispensing machines before that. We should get to them before they get to the dispensing machine. And how are we supposed to guarantee that these aren't being dispersed to children? I don't think we should be providing any kind of users, particularly addicts, with just stuff that's going to enable their addiction. I believe that this is an issue that falls onto mental health, and this is an issue we need to address before people get into addiction. Why are people suffering from addiction? Is it poverty? Is it relationship status? Is it their emotional status? Is it their, obviously it's their emotion, but why are they relying to drugs? Let's try to get to that. Are we going to get to the answer? Maybe not. Is this a way to prevent people from passing disease and so on and so forth? It does actually say that over the course of the last few years that, what was it? Disease, something had gone down. So it was...
Overdoses.
Oh, overdoses had decreased by like 6% or 3%. 9%, sorry. So is it correlation? Or is it causation? I'm curious to know what you think. I'm not in favor of this. I don't think this is a smart idea. Who's paying to put up these vending machines? Who's paying to stock the machine? I understand you got to put money in the machine to receive it, but is it really going to be a lucrative program? I don't know, folks. What do you guys think? I seriously think that an opinion amongst the masses is important here. But I'm very thankful that we can live in a world where this is a conversation we can have. We clearly live in a very privileged society that this is the issue that we get to have an argument about. We don't have to have an issue about where we're getting clean water from. We don't have to have a conversation about our daughters having quality education. We don't have to have the treatment of our women and our wives. We don't have to have these conversations. We get to have a conversation about whether or not we're giving out clean paraphernalia through vending machines. What a blessed world we live, if I may. I don't like it, but that's my opinion. That's the story, and I'm curious what you think about it. Crack pipe vending machine. King Michael, you might be able to go on. You might be on to your next business venture, guy. Eh? What do you think? How are they going to take care of the product in the machine? That's it. Who fills it? And if it doesn't all sell out, who ends up buying the excess? And is it the government that we really need providing drug addicts with paraphernalia? I don't know. Maybe we need like a Mr. Beast. Maybe that's the wrong example. But a philanthropist to come along and do it themselves. Maybe I'm a cynical asshole. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys. Here's another one. Shout out to Canada being on the forefront of quality drugs. Here's a way to get them. Okay. Whoa. Let me retract that statement so I don't get shut down. I'm not telling anybody where to get drugs, for the record. Court rules against Vancouver in mushroom dispensary crackdown. Yeah. Judicial... You gotta love that, eh? Judicial justice says city failed to establish that business sold products containing psilocybin. In February of 22, and this has been an ongoing issue. I know that I'm quite familiar with the owner of this place, Dana Larson, and his resiliency to continue to exist. But he's been shut down many times. But in February of 2022, an inspector with the city of Vancouver arrived at a business to find a sign outside reading mushroom dispensary, psychedelics, cocoa leaves, kratom, peyote, LSD, DMT. Inside the medicinal mushroom dispensary at 651 East Hastings Street, definitely didn't tell you where to go, the inspector saw a counter with a sign that said Cocoa Leaf Cafe, with more signage advertising drinks and a warning that cocoa can result in a positive drug test. Another sign said, no minors. Waiting for the issue here, right? The inspector estimated that 90 to 95% of the business was related to the mushroom side. He also obtained a membership application for the medicinal mushroom dispensary. Sounds like he was quite interested. And ultimately concluded that the business was operating an illegal mushroom dispensary where substances containing psilocybin were being sold. These details are laid out in the recent BC Provincial Court decision that found the director of the business guilty of a bylaw offense. However, Judicial Justice Abna Afsarf also found the city of Vancouver had failed to establish that the business sold or offered to sell product containing psilocybin. Quote, I think it's fantastic and we were really hoping for this kind of victory, said medicinal mushroom dispensary spokesperson Dana Larson. Lawyers involved in the case, actually he might not be the owner based on his record and so on and so forth, but he's a spokesperson. Lawyers involved in the case say it highlights Vancouver's murky fight to shut down suspected mushroom dispensaries, coming on the heels of police raiding that same business and 2 others last year, only to see them open. So, in Canada right now, there's a shroom, cocoa leaf, LSD, DMT, kratom, and peyote store open. They were charged. They've been raided. They continue to be open. This is a positive win for the private businesses in regards to those that are trying to make a trying to sell this kind of stuff. It's crazy to me that you can actually get this kind of stuff from a source. I'm not gonna say it's quality, but I know that Dana Larson is a huge advocate for legalizing drugs, and he's been on the forefront, at least for legal cannabis, for as long as I can remember in Canada. But this is where you should be purchasing paraphernalia, clean supplies, and whatever the other thing was. This is where you should get your stuff, not a vending machine. I would much prefer an establishment like this distribute this stuff that, in my opinion, is going to be far more active at ensuring that minors do not have access to this stuff. That's one of my biggest criticisms about the vending machine is how do you know a minor isn't getting a pipe so that they could go right behind the school shed and go blaze a few bowls or whatever. That I would like to avoid. Let's not have that happening. This, I would argue that it might not be a crime to have products that's not. It might not be a crime to have product that doesn't have psilocybin in it, but it's definitely a crime to distribute narcotics or this kind of stuff to minors. So I would believe that you would be far less likely to see the owner get away with selling minors in this. Now, does it happen? I'm sure it does, because they're going to get it anyway. But I would think that a private business would feel more obligation to serve the public simply so that they can stay in business for self-preservation. Not going to say they won't, but that's what I think. That's my opinion, and as I always say, I want to hear yours because I'm full of insight. I'm full of insight. Listen to me. I'm full of opinions. I'll let you determine if it's insight or not. But want to rocket out a few items that I think are important. Just bang these off quick. Marijuana Moment is telling us that the cannabis is the, quote, most effective way for women with endometriosis to manage their symptoms. Ka-chow! A new study of the use of canna to treat endometriosis finds that women who consumed canna rated it as, quote unquote, the most effective self-management strategy to reduce symptom intensity of the often painful inflammatory disease. Freaking awesome, man. Freaking awesome. I could go in more in depth, but if you're interested, I just encourage you to check it out. Marijuana Moment's the one that's given us the story. But again, one more check in the box for our beautiful plant. Ladies, make sure that please, take it for what it's worth as I'm trying to tell you something here as a man, but just make sure you're consuming the right way for you. I don't want everyone to just jump on the bandwagon that you have to smoke it. Find something that works for you. Is it a tincture? Is it edibles? Is it a consumable of kind, whether it's a drink, maybe even vaping, but try to find a way that works for you. And hey, beat every dang illness out there because we're using this beautiful plant of ours. Here's another one for you, coming at you fast. Canna use is becoming more commonly accepted in sports. Study funded by the NFL shows. This is no secret. If you've been watching the show for any length of time now, you already know that we've covered stories about the NBA, MLB, and NFL all dialing back their stance on weed, and this study is not surprising. New research funded by the NFL highlights the growing acceptability of therapeutic canna in sports. But it also underscores the obstacles to marijuana research caused by ongoing federal prohibition that have hamstrung efforts to better understand the benefits and risks of cannabinoids for athletes. If I may, I would like to give a huge shout out to, and I'm sure there's many before him, but Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz is probably one of the first in my day athletes. Now I know there's probably a little folks that are a little bit older than me that can think of athletes off the top of their head that weren't using steroids, but using cannabis in particular. Nate Diaz was one of the very first athletes that I remember was like, yeah, I use it. I use it for the inflammation. I use it for calming myself down. Post game, great game. It's the way to go. And I thought, wow, this is huge. And then for me, in my anecdotal evidence, I then remember everyone kind of shifting after that point. The UFC kind of like shifted its stance. Then I saw the NHL. Then it was the NBA. Then it was the MLB. So yeah, I'm sure there's a couple of you out there in the chat are like, nah, pigeons. Jose Canseco, he was roided out, wasn't he? I don't even remember. But very exciting to see that athletes now have access to the plant. One thing that I would like to see more now is if our first responders and our military personnel could have access to this plant. Imagine personnel, both law enforcement and military, having access to the right dose, the right amount, not necessarily on the clock, but off the clock. What you do at home, what you do on your time off, excuse me, should be up to you. And I would love to see a world where, our law enforcement and our military personnel and even our educational staff, like our teachers and stuff, I wish they had access to weed in ways that would allow them to de-stress and unwind, because you gotta have that stuff. You gotta have that stuff for the ladies, or for the ladies. I just read the endometriosis thing, but yeah. So that's my opinion, and I'm curious what you think about it. One more real quick win for Canna. You gotta hear it. Canna compound has, and I quote, anti-aging effects on the brain. Study of mice dosed with THC finds. Yeah. So, authors of the new study on the neurological impacts of long-term THC administration say their findings, quote, could be the basis for an effective anti-aging and pro-cognitive medication. Ka-chow! Let's go, man. Noting increased energy and synaptic protein production in mice that received low doses of the chief psychoactive substance in our plant. Boom, boom, boom. Even just hearing low key that's how it starts. Love it. Love it. Yeah, great to hear that. Yes. And Terp, yeah, suspended 5 years, Nate was. Yes. Yeah, Nick was. Yeah, before that. But anyways, yeah, thank you for that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anti-aging. So maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's cannabis. We'll never know. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the fine thing about this plant is we can keep them guessing. That's the news. Ladies and gentlemen, whether it's the first story or the last story or anything in between, I want to hear from you. You can follow me at Pigeons420 over on Twitter/X because I want to hear from you. I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear what you think in regards to these stories, because this is an echo chamber, and hearing your input keeps me the man that I am, and I thank you for that. Don't forget, guys, if you want to get a custom one-to-one grow experience, grow series, that I think that goes for 6 months, check out my Patreon, patreon.com/pigeons420. I've got a series that's going to be starting over there on September 3rd. We're going to be starting ourselves off at growing some wicked herb for everyone that's involved, video style. So if that sounds like something you'd like to participate in, I encourage you to come check it out. Patreon.com/pigeonsfo20. Now, some like to soar with the eagles, others like to get high with the pigeons. Which are you? That's the question I have for you this evening. I know which one I want to be. So, might need another beer. Mrs. P, you want another beer over there?
Yeah.
Another beer? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she got a beer. Hey, more tea with P, yeah? Yeah. Hey, more tea with P?
There you go.
Hey, she put P in tea. All right. I'm gonna come on over there. I'm gonna grab it. Don't worry about zooming out because it scares people when all of a sudden I leave the scene like this. Okay. But gosh, it's been such a tough night. This one's for you. Cheers, friends. Thank you all for being here this evening. We've got ourselves an incredible guest coming up at the top of the hour. We've got Dr. Autoflower is going to be joining us here in the hot seat, in the studio, on the PTV. I kind of like that. And I'm really stoked because this is an OG that I got a lot of respect for, and I can't wait to delve into everything that he's got growing on. So shout out to Dr. Autoflower for being the man.
They're asking to see your shoes.
Who's that? You want to show the kicks one time?
That's like the third
Oh, they want to see my shoes. Oh, of course. Yes, please. I'm sorry. Here they are. Thank you guys for taking note of them. These were I got these like a month ago, I think.
Those were the Canada trip shoes.
Oh, these were my Canada trip shoes. I got these ones because
You didn't go anywhere, but you still got new shoes.
yeah, I didn't go anywhere, but I still had new shoes. Before my son was born, I was huge into shoes, guys. Huge into shoes. And then my son was born, and then I kind of, A, had no money, but B, didn't really have the desire to spend on myself the way that I used to. I just wanted to see my boy, take it all in. And then, well, that changed all of a sudden now that I'm losing thousands of dollars to him going to hockey all the time. So I was like, you know what? A new pair of shoes, they don't hurt. So, yeah, I tend to grab a new set when I travel, just because it's for my anxiety. Yeah. These are security shoes.
We'll call it that.
Yeah. They're guide shoes. Guide shoes. They help me get through the flights. So yeah, thank you guys for noticing. I'm gonna grow. Oh, can you throw me a bag of something there over on your foot skis? Whatever you want. We're gonna try something brand new here. Just a random pick, not the microdose, but not now. I was thinking about doing a micro, but then I was like, I'm not gonna do that to my boy, Dr. Autoflower. What if I'm like too high, and next thing you know, I'm just not talking straight and stuff.
I like the sound of this.
What's this one?
Donkey butter.
Donkey butter. Oh, we've done a donkey butter before, haven't we? Yeah. This stuff doesn't look too bad. Let's see here. Looking good, Pete. Thanks, Mom.
You're gonna buy new shoes for LA, aren't you? I just realized that.
I'm not gonna get, we're not gonna get crazy, Barry.
He tried to hide the pink ones from me.
Hide? What are you talking about?
You tried to tell me they weren't yours.
What did I say? I do remember that. What did
I said
say?
you bought new shoes, and you said those aren't mine.
I was like, no, those aren't mine. Oh, I said it in the most sarcastic voice too, but she didn't catch that.
And
I was
then,
like, no, those aren't mine.
And then our son busted you.
Yep. And then I just went downstairs and I was like, don't tell Mom. I was like, don't tell Mom. Check these out. And I opened them up and he's like, oh, quote, those are sty. And when my boy starts telling me words I've never heard of, I knew they were pretty good. And so, so all of a sudden I had them out sitting on the freezer. And at the end of the night, Mrs. P and the boy are walking up the stairs, and the boy saw them, and he's like, oh, so you saw Daddy's new shoes?
And I was like, he didn't get new shoes. Those aren't his. He goes, yeah, they are. He showed them to me. And I was like, no, he told me they weren't his. He's like, no, he showed them to me and said, do you like my new shoes? And I was like, seriously?
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny. Yeah, and then she came in. She's like, so you bought new shoes, huh? I was like, oh, but you need to see them.
I was really upset until I saw them, and then I went, okay.
Oh, they're very pretty.
Okay.
They're very pretty.
I have no problem with the new shoes for the business trips,
Yeah.
except for when you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, I had to get them because the guys were coming.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you're getting a new pair for LA.
No. No. Like, not me. I'll probably get them for Chris, but they'll be too small.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to, yeah. Chris has got big feet.
After watching Rob wear your slides for the...
Those are my son's slides.
For the river trip, his feet are bigger than yours too.
Yeah, well, you know, we're not here nitpicking, Mrs. P. Okay. Okay. So they're twice the men as me.
I didn't say that. I just said they have bigger feet.
I did. They are. Don't tell Mrs. P this. But they're twice the men as me. What you smoking, Pete? Donkey butter, friends. Donkey butter. And we're about to sit down with Dr. Autoflower here right away. Cheers, friends. This rip's for you. Not bad.
No?
Not bad. Not bad. No, it's pretty good. It's really nice flavor. It's kind of like a garlicky kind of taste. It's got a little funk. That's the garlic. More of like an earthy, kind of vibe to it.
You make me wish I still smoke.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yes, I get matching shoes, Brina. Yes, I am getting new shoes for Vegas.
Oh yeah, Mrs. P gets new shoes. Yeah, Mrs. P gets new shoes. Yeah, Mrs. P gets new shoes.
Or a purse. I'll settle for either.
That's not bad at all. No, that was really good actually. That was very tasty. I don't mind that. I could definitely smoke that all the way. But yes, that was donkey butter. I think without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we've got ourselves a very special guest, and I think we should get into that right now, shall we? Oh, as I pull the mic out of my butt. There we go. You know, slide. There we go. And I can't hear him. Good to see you, buddy. Mrs. P's just got to adjust you. There we go. There we go. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you.
He's on mute.
Oh, you're muted, big guy. You're muted. Just got to tap the microphone.
Oh, hello?
There we go. There we go.
Hello.
Dr. Autoflower. You good-looking son of a gun.
What's
Good to
up?
see you, man. How are you?
Good to see you. Why are you upside down?
Am I upside down?
On my screen, you're upside down. What's going on here?
Well,
oh, shit.
I've actually been upside down the entire show. I actually flip everything right side up just so the viewers have no idea.
Awesome. How's it going, guys?
Bro, man, thank you so much for being here, man. I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm doing fantastic. We've had quite the show, man, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Before I go into too much, man, real quick, for the couple that don't know who you are, who are you? Where are you from? And what do you do?
My name's Dayton, Dr. Autoflower, and thank you for having me. I've been a viewer of yours for like so long now, and it's awesome to get to talk to you, both you and Mr. P in person. So, or not in person, but through the screen at least.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close to person.
Oh yeah, and I'm a autoflower grower. I've been growing on YouTube for I think since 2011. I spread autoflower information, growing information, and everything in between.
Bro, the fact, yeah, you watch me, man. I've been watching you for as long, almost as long as I've been doing YouTube, man, because you've been doing this for quite some time, man. And watching you grow to become the channel that you are and the gardener that you are. We've been doing this for a very long time. When did you get started?
I think we got started in 2011, or yeah, something like that. I got started back when it was illegal, back when no one really wanted to be showing stuff on the internet, and I just said, you know what, let's do it. Who cares? I wasn't too worried about the law coming after me. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. And I was doing it small and just here and there and stuff, and I was like, I kind of really it all started with like stocking up all the information I could off like forums, and I just like was a knowledge sponge. And then I thought, well, what should I do with all this knowledge? Maybe I could just grow myself and have awesome weed just to smoke myself. But I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put this out into the universe and spread that knowledge and help other people help grow their medicine and stuff. And yeah, and it's been a fun ride ever since.
Man, watching you come along all this way has been absolutely awesome because you're one of the channels that I watched grow as I started growing, and to see
That's awesome,
bro. Like there's a few of us that kind of started at similar times, and
yeah,
and we kind of like came up together, if you will, and that's
we did.
Yeah, that's how I think of you. That's how I think of you. Is like we're doing this together. And there's actually one other guy that I see the same, and that's Matt, Mr. Canuck, because he started just after us, watching both of us, and then and then started his own channel, and then man, he's now the biggest in the game. Crazy how that works.
Exactly. Like you just mentioned, back in the day, I read the room. I looked around. I'm like, who's the guys here in Canada? Who's gonna be throwing down? I was like, it's 420, Mr. Canucks Grow. Look at you guys now. It's really awesome to see you guys doing so good, making an impact in the industry and stuff, and yeah, making dreams happen, teaching people how to grow their own medicine, and nothing's better than that.
Bro, man, I say the same thing about you. The knowledge that you've brought to the table in regards to autoflowers, just gardens in general, man. There's many moments, but I particularly remember when I did my Stop Growing Autoflowers video. That was like 2 years ago now, believe it or not. And, and you did a response video, Start Growing Autoflowers. And I thought it was so good. It was so good because you bring up some very valid points, and
and
it's
same with you.
needed.
Like it's all very valid points, and there is a yin to the yang. Like autoflowers aren't for everyone, and for some people they work amazingly. So, yeah, I think having story of both sides is very needed, because I know some people who tried it out and they got so angry. Oh, I'm never trying autoflowers again. Maybe with proper knowledge beforehand, they're like, well, you know what? Maybe that's not for me, and just grow regular photoperiods. And you know what? I love growing photoperiods. I'm not just an autoflower grower. I grow a lot of photoperiods. That's where you get a lot of the dank, and it's easier. And as I always say, autoflowers keep you on your toes. They, it just kind of makes you a better grower. You have to learn how to read the plants. You have to learn how to, your timing has to be good. Everything has to be good. Because it's all like the more you mess up, the worse quality and the worse yield you're gonna get. So it really keeps you on your toes. Photo periods, you can just like you can just mess them up. You can go in there, super crop them, like just treat them like garbage if you really want to, and you can still turn around and have amazing crop.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You know what? That's why I believe that autoflowers are great for beginners, because like I feel like it's a great opportunity to get to know the plant, to kind of understand how it grows, what the inputs are, how to, kind of just get a feel for watering and feeding and the harvesting stage without having to worry about when to flip it, when to just worry about the time. You can just throw it on 18 and 6, keep it in the veg tent with everything else. It's easier, in my opinion. And a lot of people take offense to that. They're like, no. You have to know what you're doing with autos, because as soon as you do something wrong, it prolongs it on the end. And I'm not saying that's not wrong, but that's the same argument with photos. That happens with photos. You fuck up with a photo early on, it's only going to prolong it longer in the end. Right? Now,
Exactly.
Of course, an auto is going to be a little less forgiving in regards to its flowering period and so on and so forth. What draws you to autos?
What draws me to autoflowers? At first, it was most definitely just the whole, what would you call it? The whole new strain, or not strain, like the whole new subspecies or whatever. And it was so new to me because I was learning about indicas and sativas and all that stuff before. But then autoflowers came out. When was that? Like they came out, I think, in late 80s, early 90s, something like that. But they didn't get good until like kind of late 2000s, and that's when I started learning about them. And when they started picking up pace and speed in the online forums, and lots of knowledge was being passed around and stuff, and it really excited me. I was just like, you know what, this is kind of what I want to get into, because it just seems so, at the time, it really helped my setup, or went with my setup, because I think it was just in a basement, no tent, no nothing, just a light over top. And I actually stumbled into autoflowers, now that I remember. I just got given some seeds, and they went into flower. Like I had those seeds on, I think 20 hours on, 4 hours off, and they went into flower after a month. And I, as a new grower, had no idea what was going on. I was really confused, and I started looking online. What's going on here? Why is these plants like automatically flowering? I thought you had to switch it to 12 and 12. And that's when I learned about autoflowers. And I'm like, oh, these must be autoflower seeds I was given. So that's what really caught my attention with it. And with my setup, it actually worked with that. And then after I got a new setup, it was kind of trailer park boy style, and it went with that too. And it just, I don't know, it went with my style for a while, until I finally got real tents and all that kind of stuff. Then I started thinking about photo periods. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
Man, like that, I love the honesty, man. Kind of just stumbling onto it. That's really like most of my gardening career, to be honest to you. Just stumbling around, kind of just finding success in the corners here every now and again. Real quick, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, how's my audio?
Yes, I was okay. Well, you read my mind. I was literally just gonna say it's. I got a crackle in it. I got a slight crackle.
Yeah, I'm getting a crackle in mine too. Like you're breaking up too.
Okay,
I wonder if it's my pixel.
Try.
What's that?
If either A, you might be able to. It could be the source itself. Are you familiar with this mic? Like, is it something you use often?
I'm using the Pixel Buds. I wonder if I could switch it out real fast and throw my headset on.
Please take your time too. I could use another tea.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, please.
I'll try that out.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Right on. Thank you.
Chat, first of all, Flock, I appreciate you guys for staring with me. excuse me, if there's ever anything that you hear or see that's a little off-putting, mention it. Mention it in the chat. I heard it, and I was going to mention it, but of course, it's very awkward. It's like mentioning when someone's got a booger in their nose, and you're like, you want to mention it, but you don't want to embarrass them. But let me tell you. Oh, that sounds good. I had you there for a sec. Test again. You don't want to tell them about it, but it's a lot quick. Just tell me, and it's all going to be like, gee, I got you. Okay. Testing 1 2 1 2. He'll get it. You might have to adjust the source. I'm not sure if you. There it is. Got you. Got you. Okay. You can't hear me, but I can hear you. Yep. So now your output on Discord needs to change too. He can't hear a word. That's okay. God, he's a warrior though. The colors on my hat are off. What do you mean, Stoke? What do you mean? To my shoes? Or is it the... Oh, yep.
Can you hear me?
I got you. Yep.
I have you on here.
Yep. Now, it's going to be a delay, though. So you're going to want to make sure that the speaker icon, drop that down and grab your headphone. And select your headphones. We got this. This is technology, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, we run it live. If this was pre-recorded, to all those in the chat, I would have edited this part out. There we go. He'll get it. The speakers, he can hear me right now. So the speaker, oh, can't hear you now. Can't hear you. Do you know what I'm saying, Mrs. P?
Do I need to do it on my end?
No. Do you know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
So if you share your... Oh,
hello?
Yep, I got you. Yes, I can hear you.
No.
Nope, I cannot hear you. You had it? Okay, so if you can hear me, I'll just do the 1 2 here. So you want the microphone to be selected as your headset microphone, and then you want the output to be selected as your headset as well, just in Discord. And you might be able to show your screen, Mrs. P, and kind of... So go back to the chat, and then the bottom left. Oh, there we go. He can hear me. He's catching my 1 2 3. This is awesome. Of course, I feel bad because he had it working. It was just that little...
Yeah, I'm going to switch it to you.
Yep. Of course, he had it, right? The Pepper Plug. Love y'all. Appreciate you too, man. Thank you. Yeah, yep. Share your screen and then just kind of show what... I can't hear you. Oh, you can hear me? No.
Can you see my screen? Devices? Nope.
It would not be T with a bit of sound work. That's right, Bendo. That's right. You're absolutely right.
Is this what I'm supposed to be showing?
I don't know what you see. I don't know what you see, but that's okay. No, I'm thinking just show him where the speaker and the microphone is. I'm sure he already knows that.
Settings? Yeah, microphone, input, speaker output.
Shoot. Now I feel bad. Now I feel like he cleaned the booger and now his nose is bleeding. He's like, oh, shoot. Oh, darn. Okay, let's... He had it working fine too. It's just a little crackle. It was like the grass is always greener, eh? I sabotaged him. Damn it. If at all possible, if you want to go back to the other ones.
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could message him.
Oh man, see, this is This is the sound. This is the problem of producing your own show from the bottom up. Every aspect of this show is created. It's brought in, it's sourced, it's connected, it's distributed. Every single piece. Yeah, he's gonna try his other ones. So it's not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy as it looks. I would definitely have more success if I use like StreamYard or Stream Element or Riverside. Now the only downside, will it pick up his headphones as a source, these new ones, or now is it botched?
Well, it's showing that he's just muted now.
Oh, you're just muted. You're muted, bud. Okay, so you just have to unmute yourself. What, he wasn't muted before though, right?
No, there was no microphone.
So you just have to click the microphone. Oh yeah, you know this because you were muted before. I'm not sure which sources you would have though. Darn. There you go. Now you're on. I got you.
There you go.
Yep. Oh, you muted again? I wonder if it's a push to talk now. It's not Mrs. P. Nope. Nope. We'll get it. Right now you're muted. So you just need to click the microphone at the bottom on the bottom of the screen. I had you for a brief second and then it muted up again. Almost like it clicked and then unclicked. There you go.
Hello?
Yep, got you.
Hello?
Yep, got you. So I can hear you, but now your output, you changed your speakers.
You hear me now?
Yep. Yep.
Nope.
Yes. No. Yep. Now I can. Yep. Now you've changed your speakers
It won't
to.
let me go through my Can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you, but now you've changed your speaker output
It's such a
to
delay.
something else.
It's a really big delay. I don't know.
I'm assuming it's the delay would be because you're probably going through your cell
Maybe
phone.
that's the reason.
Output.
It's
So there's a little. So when there's a
I
speaker.
unplugged my headphone and then it's not letting me choose a new output device. Not letting me choose a new output.
On Discord, it's not. On the very bottom, you see where there's a microphone, a speaker, and like a red X. If you click on the speaker or if you hover over it, there's a little V. You can select the drop-down menu on that V, and you should see the source of the headphones.
Yeah, on Discord. Yeah.
I think he's about 30 seconds behind. I don't know why our chat is that far behind. I noticed you guys have that as well too. Yo, welcome to the Grow Tent. What's up, homie? What's up, friend?
It lets me choose the input device, but now it won't choose a output device. So I wonder if the yeah, it's weird.
So now then I'm assuming then in the bottom right of your Windows on the desktop, if you right click the speaker icon and go to sound settings.
I wonder if you guys can like just kick me out and add me back in. Would that work?
You can leave by pressing the red X as well. We can try that. Restart. Yeah, kick them out. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna do anything.
Like disconnect them?
Yep.
Or just move them?
Yep. Just move them.
I disconnected them.
Oh, okay, shit. Okay.
Still joining it.
Darn. Discord is not a familiar program to a lot of people, and it was not familiar to me until the flock convinced me to download it. I'll take another tea, Mrs. P. What's up, Pete? What's up, clown? Oh, thank you.
I need your koozies back too.
Need my koozies. Oh, I'm almost out. Koozies. Oh, is he back in? Nope, not yet. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Of course, we attempted to fix one tiny audio issue. This is my fault, for the record. Yeah. And a huge shout out to Dr. Autoflower for having the patience to bear with us to try to figure this out. He's the real hero tonight, man. You would think as someone who's sponsored by Warner Brothers Studios that we would have this figured out, but I'm going to have my agent speak with their people and just let them know how displeased I am. I'm more than willing to have a hoot right now. That's a great idea. He's not back. We lost him. Good, huh? Real quick, if he was listening, in the bottom right corner, there's a little speaker icon. If you right click on that, hit the sound settings, open that menu up. There's going to be a few things you're going to see there. It's going to ask you to select the source of the output. I would select the source of the headphones. Then hopefully you don't have to select them as default. That would be one more extra step. But that should allow it that it should pick up naturally as the default through Discord. Man, I spent 6 months trying to power through my audio because I switched over to a 2 PC setup. And oh boy, let me tell you the things I learned. I learned so much about audio. It's crazy. I'm so thankful for it too.
Now you're trying to teach me.
And now I'm trying to teach Miss P. Yeah.
I can't wait.
It's an absolute blast, man. It's an absolute blast. The downside is I definitely need to use a better program for my guests. Because Discord is free. I've got 4K footage I can have on there and yada yada yada. And that's because people boost the Discord or Nitro or whatever. And so it's free. But if I want to use something else, it's not free. And I am possibly thinking about pre-recording the episodes of the interviews, but then I'm like, it takes away from the show. So I don't know. I'm kind of up in the air. As to how to make it work flawlessly. Cheers, friends. This hoot's for you, okay? Hit the like button if you didn't already, please, if you wouldn't mind. No, live. Yeah, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for saying that too, because like, it means the world to me that you guys have the patience for this shit. And I sure hope that the doc can figure it out.
No, Wink messed up my whole situation while he was here.
Wink changed everything. Yeah.
And then he was like watching me while I was producing, and it made me really nervous.
Mrs. P, I suggest Google Video. Big buttons, simple to see, and automatically switches audio inputs. Oh, Google Video. I'll check into that, please, Growers Mindset.
Yo.
We might have him back.
I hear you.
Hello?
Hello?
You guys hear me?
I hear you.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, no way.
What's up?
Bro, is that easy?
I don't hear pigeons, though.
You don't. So...
Shit.
Or just quiet.
Oh, am I muted?
No.
Unmute
quiet,
me.
okay.
Unmute me on the phone.
Okay. I can do that.
But then nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh, no, there.
Wait, yeah, hold on a second. I don't want to take that audio though, so
No.
I can hear you, Mrs. P, really good, but
if I unmute,
shit.
No, that's okay. If you can't hear me, so you can hear Mrs. P?
I can hear you, it's just quiet. And then it was just loud and good, but I don't know, maybe change the setting or something like that.
It was good. You could hear me.
When we unmuted the phone,
Oh, that's because it was my phone. But
then it doubles our audio.
Okay. Well, you can just mute me. Don't server mute me. Just mute me.
Or I can just crank my mic.
No.
And then
Mute Pigeons or the test.
Yes, like I can hear Mrs. P really clear, and then Pigeons is kind of like off in the distance or something.
Is my mic not? Is it muted? Test. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's weird. Oh, it's probably because it's the cell phone. Can you right click on my picture and turn the audio all the way up? Right click on my picture and turn that meter all the way up.
me?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
I turned you all the way up too, so
Okay, how's that?
I think
Does
I can hear you a little bit better.
Sounds a little bit better. Could we have a conversation like that? Or do you need me louder?
I think this is doable.
Is this doable?
I think so. Sorry about that. Sorry, everyone.
No, hey, do not apologize. No, this is 100% my fault.
That was Pigeon's fault.
No, that was my fault.
Man.
Although I will
I'm just
admit,
like,
though,
I'm too high for this shit. Like, oh no.
bro, I'll admit you sound 100 times better,
Yes.
and it was totally worth it because I end up. What I'll do is I'll take this interview or whatever, and then I'm gonna edit it where that didn't even happen, and then I'm gonna post this live. I'm gonna post this live.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it doesn't even matter.
Right on. Okay.
So yeah, seriously,
Lots of
thank
stress
you for fixing that. Yeah, I know. I was just saying. I'm sure you heard everything. I'm trying to figure out the best way to like host this show because
You betcha.
I don't use any other program. I just use my own studio and my own overlays and lower thirds and yada 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 yada. So it just adds another level of complexity. So
Makes sense. This is why I'm kind of scared of streaming. So it's just like, whatever.
Bro,
you gotta get into it somehow.
That's exactly it, man. And are you thinking about getting into streaming?
I am. I'm thinking about getting all my shit together and getting back into YouTube. I'm just slowly doing it. I had to take a little break from YouTube, but I feel like I'm getting that ambition again, getting that fire, and I want to get started again. So this is a nice little kick in the butt to start uploading again. So thank you.
Good. And you know what? If I could say anything, and man, streaming is, like if we had this issue 30 weeks ago plus when I was doing episode 1, underneath my shirt would be soaking wet. I would be nervous. I'd be done. But quite frankly, honestly, it doesn't even rattle me whatsoever. Because I've got the power of you. You have a community. You kind of understand what it's like to be powered by this unseen energy of people on the internet. But you definitely feel it. So
exactly.
I would strongly encourage get into streaming. Don't take on trying to do your own studio and audio and all in that one.
Yeah.
You can do StreamYard. You can do StreamYard and those other programs where it's just like you literally just sign in to the program and then it just does the rest. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's at least the way to start. Anyways, I encourage everyone to get away from that.
That makes sense.
Do you do any gaming?
What was that?
Do you do any gaming?
Gaming. Yeah, I'm more of an Xbox gamer myself. For PC, I was really into Valheim for a while.
Oh,
I kind of wish we would have streamed that because that was like really, really fun. Me and my wife got into it for like a year or so and probably put in 400 hours at least.
No way.
So that's a fun one. We might have to try that again and
I 100
gaming streaming.
100% got into Valheim. 100%. Rob and I were playing that for
it's a pretty
few
damn
weeks.
fun game.
It is a damn fun game, and you just never know what you're going to get. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because came out a couple years ago now. But is that the one where you can build your fortress and you can kind of build the walls and stuff? Yeah.
It's like really, really nice, like Viking style buildings and stuff, and Viking themes. And it's just really, really fun gameplay. I love that. My wife was the builder. I was the gatherer of resources. So
that's perfect. I love that game. Yeah, it was a fun one, man. I really enjoyed that. I'm honestly, I love gaming, man. Would you ever stream gaming?
I would. I've thought about it, but like this, I get a little nervous. I don't, because you get put on the spot, and I don't know. I can see why some people don't really do it, but I've done it in the past, and sometimes I feel like completely no nerves at all, and then sometimes I feel all nervous and stuff. So I don't know, but I definitely want to.
I think you should, man. And honestly, if it's something that you're excited about, passionate about, then yes. If it's something that you just want to do to just because you think we can get famous and make money off of it, I think you already know this.
Yeah.
Then I'd say obviously don't do it. But the reward is massive. Like I in regards to like I love gaming in general, and the fact that I can talk to like-minded people and kind of pass the time with others is so much fun. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
that nervousness that you have, and I kind of want to say this is to many people as I can, is that that's a quirk or an attribute that other people admire. And
Really?
and
I've never thought of it like that.
I do, because like I'm outspoken, arrogant, and an asshole, and that's why I feel like I resonate with outspoken, arrogant assholes. And so
It's kind of a funner trait. You're kind of I've always thought your your style is kind of more suited to it, because you have a lot of energy. You're very animated and stuff. So I thought it's perfect fit for you.
well, and I don't disagree. For me, it's perfect. It's perfect. But what I'm trying to say is like I can't capture the kind of attitude or persona or sincerity as somebody, or not sincerity, it's the wrong way to say it, because I can kind of promote that, but like when you are kind of nervous or anxious and kind of awkward, if I may, that is something people enjoy watching, because they, who are also kind of nervous, anxious, and maybe awkward, also want to know that people like them exist out in the world, and that they're conquering fears or getting over things, and they should too. And there's a way to do it. And
I've never heard someone put it that way, but I think you're right.
Good.
I've never really thought about it that way.
good. Well,
I was just been like, oh damn, I'm acting nervous. Oh shit, gotta put it on my face.
yeah. You know what? The thing is about streaming though, man, is that face only works for so long, man. Because when you start you'll be able to pull it off for maybe a few months, maybe a year, couple years. But the face is tough. The face is tough, and you know that. It's just like, it's like embrace the awkward. And I mean that in terms of the social nervousness and anxiety as much as I mean arrogant and outspoken asshole. It's like, just embrace it. Embrace it. Because it's like,
makes sense.
You and I are our biggest critics, is what I would argue, right? It's like most of our audience, where I put out a video and I'm like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I rushed. It's horrible. I think it's bad. And then 99.5% of the comments, as per the statistics in the dashboard, say the opposite. Everybody's like, I loved it. It's fantastic. It's great. And so, sure, maybe they're putting a little bit of smoke up my ass, but I feel like they're honestly resonating with it. I don't think they're lying to me. I feel like they honestly resonated.
Sense.
Yeah. So I encourage you to do it, man. I would love to watch. I really would. And forget about, as much as I would love to watch, bro, I would love to game with you. I'd love to squad up, take on the demons, bro.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah, I do a little bit of Call of Duty. I'm pretty much the best.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
One of the best.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the best.
I like it. I like that attitude.
I have to have it. Yeah.
Right on, man.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I've really been thinking about it, but like with work and everything, it's really hard. But we do kind of have plans. We do want to take off and possibly move to Southeast Asia, and then I would have a lot more time in my hands. And if I did, I would 100% be playing some games online.
You have 100%, and this is Southeast Asia is not somewhere that's kind of foreign to you, eh? You've been there once or twice?
No, I have been there a few times. I've lived over there probably a year or 2 years in total all over the place.
Yeah.
Thailand's legalized, and Philippines actually just, I think they passed it in the Senate. They are trying to legalize medical there. So that blew my mind. That happened, I think, 2 weeks ago. So,
Oh.
yeah, big things are happening over there.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I knew big things were happening. No, I knew big things were happening, bro. One thing that's kind of untapped is you travel a lot, bro. That's one thing that I really admire about you is that you get around the world. You before I get into your vlogs and the time that you've spent and the videos you make, you fly a lot. I'm assuming that you have to fly to these places, right?
You're breaking up.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
can't hear you.
You fly, right? You fly to a lot of these
Yeah.
places? Yeah, because it's over the ocean.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have any issues flying, bro?
Flying, no. Well, I get a little, what's it called? Anxious flying a little bit
Me too.
sometimes.
Me too.
Not too bad. I don't know. I guess it's been worse in the past, but now it's kind of not so bad.
Me too. Yeah, I 100%.
Why, do you get anxious?
Oh yeah.
It freaks you out?
Yeah, I don't like flying at all, actually. I'm flying.
I'll tell you a story.
Please do.
We were coming back.
I have to fly. I have to fly in like a week. So this better be a good story.
You don't want to hear the story?
No, go ahead. I have to now. Go ahead.
So we were coming back from the Philippines, and it was about, I think, hour or so before landing in Vancouver. And all of a sudden, I looked to the side out the window, and there was a lightning strike right at the wing, and I was freaking out. I was like, "What the hell's going on?" Oh no! It was pretty spooky, but it wasn't too bad. We're like, no, let's just calm down. Nothing's happening yet, and everything went fine.
Yeah, I wish I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. Everything went fine. That's great. You were attacked by Zeus. So let me get this straight. Zeus himself attacked your airplane, and you still
he
made
tried.
it. And you still made it to the
He
other
failed.
side. That's pretty badass. That's pretty badass. If you can conquer Zeus, I can take anything on. Okay, all right, that's fair.
Yeah. Just a little story.
Yeah. That's okay. We've had some crazy times on the flights. Never flown so much as I have in the last few years, and
I've been seeing. Looks like you guys having a lot of adventures around like Las Vegas and stuff, and at the Canna conventions. That's awesome.
Yeah. What's it called? MJ BizCon. Yeah, MJ BizCon.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's the one that gets us to Vegas. It's nice. A ton of fun, man. It's so much fun. It's really cool, bro. I'm thankful that I'm riding the coattails of the right guys. You know what I'm saying? Rob and Chris have got a good head on their shoulders, and
yeah, you guys are doing awesome.
Yeah,
it's really awesome seeing you out there representing the YouTubers and stuff, and yeah, making things happen.
Yeah, bro, it is so much fun, man. It's just could you imagine seeing this kind of stuff back in 2015, 2016, man, 27?
Yeah.
Wow.
You might have seen like one or two giant YouTubers doing that kind of stuff and like getting, representing brands and stuff like that, having everyone see them out in like actual like expos and stuff. And now you guys are doing it. Lots more YouTubers are getting into it. The whole industry is getting way bigger now, and the cream is rising to the top. You can tell. Like
yeah, it's a blessing to be a part of, bro. And I honestly, I'm glad to see that you're getting back into the game. Because
I kind of fell out of it. I'm not gonna lie. YouTube's like a abusive relationship.
Yeah, it is. There's no other way to put it.
It is, and like I think about 6 months before I really slowed down, is when they started really just going through everyone's channel. Just what are they doing? They're throwing the age restrictions on every single freaking video with a plant or anything. They're just age restricting, and I don't know. It was like a swift kick in the nuts. It's just I don't know.
Yeah, no, you're.
It really takes the wind out of you. They're abusive to our genre and stuff. But the really I don't know, the thing that's really, I don't know if it's grinding my gears or putting a fire under my ass is seeing other channels right now, and they're showing plants and everything all over, and they're not getting demonetized or age restricted. So I'm like, is things changing or something?
Yeah.
Are we able to show plants again? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. You know what? Things are changing. But here, okay, so your channel, did it get deleted in 18?
What was that? Say that again.
Did your channel get deleted ever?
My original channel.
Yes, that's right. Okay, that's right. And
Yeah.
then yeah, and then you started back up. The thing is I believe is that the people that have started up channels since then
Yeah.
aren't as blacklisted as the ones that were like mine got reinstated.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got mine back, and
I remember.
I almost wish. No. Sorry, I don't want to say that because I don't. That just sounds not grateful. But I feel like it would have worked to some benefit had I just started over and used a fresh channel and moved forward, and not used the one that had already been flagged, sent through the ringer, deleted, brought back, censored. You know. So I feel like the new channels have a much better chance of getting through it. Yeah. However, we are seeing kind of like this pendulum shift of content where people are showing plants. There's plenty of examples of it happening. So it's like, I honestly don't know if I put a plant in my video, it gets age restricted out the yin yang, and it's very tough.
Really?
Oh yeah. But there's others still to this day that have no issue putting that have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and can do it. And so yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know what the trick is. But I'm willing to figure it out.
Secret information or something.
Oh man, I wish I did, man. But that's why like there is no plants on my channel anymore. I have no plants. I got rid of all of them. But like I'm still age restricted, and I'm still kicked out of the partnership program. So it's like,
really?
Well, yeah. Oh God, yeah. So it's like, bring him back. Like, what the hell am I not doing it for? Because I feel like this is what I want to do. I want to show what I could do in the garden now. But here I am.
Yeah,
it's tough.
You're kind of breaking up.
No, it's tough. No, it's just tough because I want to show what's going on in the garden.
Yeah. No, I know exactly how you feel. Like, I just did a little deep dive into like who's getting age restricted, who's not, and like you said, I think it's a lot of the more newer channels. They're doing exactly what we were doing before. Doesn't look like any age restriction. They're just posting like normal, and I don't know that they don't get the slap on the wrist like us. So it's weird. I don't know.
The thing is like I it's important to stay motivated, obviously, because like you said, it's like an abusive relationship. But the sooner you come to realize that there's a way to play the game, and it's not necessarily the way that we were playing in 2016. I
get it.
That to me is the difference. That's the click. The difference, though, is that getting the change in content has been very tough, because I've been trying to experiment, from growing content to news content to live content to podcast content to educational content to talking head content to overlay content to you name it. I've given it a shot. And the stuff that works the best is the stuff that does not involve the plant, that does not involve anything that showcases the plant or smoking. But that's, again, with a tainted channel.
Yeah. No, same with me, or from what I've seen in the past. I do have a outdoor grow series that I filmed. Grew some autoflowers outside, and I'm gonna drop that. So we'll see. We'll see if I get an age restriction right away or what. But I always thought because YouTube has a thing where if it's documentary, if
Yeah.
it's documentary, it seems like they don't go after it as hard. So I think going forward, I'm gonna try to just call every grow a documentary.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Yes.
It seems to work sometimes, and when they come after me a few times with strikes or whatever, it's or age restrictions. I've gotten those off a few times just for saying no. It's a documentary. Let me do my thing. I'm following the rules and stuff. But we'll see.
Yeah. You know what? I've noticed the same thing. You know, and a lot of it has to do with who you are. Like Vice News can get away with murder, but the thing is, the documentary thing is huge. I've noticed that a lot of us, I'll just say us, a lot of us have gone with this film is, or this video is for educational purposes. We don't condone the sale of drugs or anything illegal.
Documentary purposes, yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of become a thing, and it's kind of working. So people are putting that at the beginning. I think that that's ridiculous. YouTube Kids exists for a reason, and most of the time their argument is it's for people over 18. So it's like, why put it? Oh my gosh. Anyways, it is what it is.
And then you see ads. Then you see ads for grow companies and stuff. Then you see ads for mushroom companies here in Canada. It's just like, what's going on, YouTube? Like, come on, just like have a plus 18 channel or section or something, or just like, no. We're gonna do whatever we want, and we're gonna be a little abusive to you, and then we're gonna run mushroom ads to make you mad.
Yes. Yeah. See, the thing is like, I can sit here and bitch, and I've spent a lot of years bitching, because a lot of years, since 2018, in fact. It's been a long time.
I usually tune into those ones.
Yeah, good.
I'm like, what has he got? What's
he
what's
bitching about today?
Here?
Yeah, the T with P. The thing is, though, is that I have to remain positive. For the first time in my life, I feel like I really don't. I've been succeeding more than failing, and I've been able to provide for my family in ways that have never been possible before. And this has been possible because of what I've done on YouTube. Yes, it has a lot to do with the plant, but my outlet's been YouTube. So I can't forget that that's really where my roots come from. And YouTube, it's like, as much as you might think it, or it might feel like an abusive relationship, I feel like it's almost like this is an arena where we're here to we're here to fight, but so
we're here to throw down.
We're here to throw down, but so are hundreds of thousands of other people. And in order for them to throw a sanctioned bout, they have to have rules. And for us to be able to step in the ring is an honor. It's a pleasure, because people outside would have loved this opportunity. All we bitch about is that we don't like the rules. And the guys behind us are saying to us, then step the fuck out and let me in. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. So when I sit here and bitch about the rules, here I am. So it's like, can't. If I'm going to bitch about the rules, I also need to caveat that with, I'm very thankful with the position that I'm in, with the ability to capitalize and utilize the momentum from a community that supports me, and so on and so forth. It's been an incredible adventure. To think too that, you know, way back, that we would still be creating YouTube videos this far down the line is crazy. It's just, you have to follow the rules. But I feel like guys like you and I, you're very creative. We can figure out ways to spread our message without breaking the rules.
Yeah, makes sense. And thank you for being inspirational. I know that's like something I need to hear. Like, just freaking get at her, pitter patter.
Yes. I 100% agree, man. Yes, just get at it, bro. And I say this because I know I don't want to sound like for any minute I'm preaching, because this is just advice that I need to hear, because I also get in these slumps where it's like, I'm tired of playing the game. I'm tired of putting out a video that I know I can sit in front of the camera and say, these are the best A, B, and C's, and get a video that's going to crank out 10,000 views. Cake. I know that I can put a seed to harvest video out there on anything and it's going to get 10,000 views. Crank. I know that this is going to happen, but either A, I can do what everybody else is doing better, or, and let me rephrase, I could try to do what everybody else is doing better, or I could come up with a lane for me and try to perfect that. And that's kind of where I try to find myself. And I feel like it's always the best over here because I get to compare myself to nobody. Because it's so chaotic over here at all times.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had that where your screen's flipped around? Like I'm just tripping out watching you upside down and stuff.
Is this
Have you guys
better,
ever had
bro?
that before?
Is this better?
Oh, there we go. It's fixed.
Is that better?
A little bit.
It's probably because as I dangle all my pieces, if I go like this, and then I go like this, did that fix it?
Yeah, it was almost almost fixed.
It was almost fixed, and I broke it.
Oh well.
Oh, well.
I can get by.
No, I'm glad you mentioned it, though. I'll figure it out so that no one else needs to feel like they're tripping balls watching the show.
Yeah.
Do you have a garden going right now?
Just the outdoor garden, and it's coming down this weekend, I believe.
Oh, outdoor garden. Is there weed in the outdoor garden?
Yeah. Like this year, I just wanted to throw some plants in an outdoor organic, like no nutrient added kind of grow. I did a couple in a greenhouse, like a little tiny greenhouse. You'll see. It's like really rinky-dink made, but I figured, hey, let's try a couple in here and see how they go, and then I'll try a couple in the actual garden, see how those go, and from there figure out what to do next year, because I'd never really tried much autoflowers in a proper garden outside. I've done it like real trailer park boy shot style, just like out in the bush kind of thing, but never actually in a garden. So they came out pretty damn good. I'm pretty impressed with some of the outcomes in the actual garden. In the little greenhouse, they came out really good, but some of it started to mold and stuff. And I played with stunting them. So in the little greenhouse, because they got stunted and not transplanted right away, I think they're put in about 2 weeks after being in a Dixie cup. And they actually came out like perfect size. And the other autoflowers that I started, I think I only started them for like 2 or 3, 4 days in Dixie cups, transplanted right away. And they got so big they like outgrew the greenhouse. So I've kind of learned that certain stunting outside is good, because it seems like outdoors autoflowers kind of grow, have a longer growing lifespan or something, or something slows their lifespan down. If it maybe just the outdoor weather with it being kind of colder at night kind of thing, or maybe because their roots can go deeper into the ground. Not too sure, but the outdoor ones in the garden, they come out really good, about 3 feet high, some of them, and very nice looking buds.
Really?
So, yeah.
So okay,
Be showing that soon on my YouTube channel.
Shorter lifespan, as in flower, like a vegetative lifespan, or
no, like longer lifespan. Like normally, if you grow them indoors, your lifespan of your autoflowers will just be like, or your veg. Let's say your veg stage or whatever is only going to be like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. But autoflowers, it seems like it goes longer, from like month and a half of veg. Kind of, it's just a much slower process, slower to flower. I know they were started around June 1st, and now August they're finishing, and that's about 3 months. So that's, I think they're 60-day strains, or so it's kind of, they could go longer, but it's Canada and the weathers get bad, so they got to come down. So, yeah, it seems like they're going probably, I would say 3 weeks longer than what it would be indoors, or maybe a month more. So something outside, I don't know if it's my area or whatever, but it slows the growth down.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's very interesting. I honestly have not only not never grown autos outside, I've never grown outside. And I think
Yeah.
autos would be the choice to grow. So yeah, I'm glad you said that. So it's something I can look
Yeah,
forward
well,
to.
and especially in Canada, because like I've tried photo periods outdoors just for fun, just throwing some seeds out, and they do not finish. Where I am, at least, I'm pretty far up north,
Mhm.
so they just they barely start like sexing and showing the pistils and stuff, but they don't really get into budding. You really need like a greenhouse with a blackout tent or something like that to actually grow photo periods up here. So yeah, it's a little hard, but autoflowers, I think that's definitely the way to go if you want to do some outdoor stuff. Um, they if you have a good season, they come out pretty damn good. I'm pretty impressed.
Are you doing any kind of training to yours?
Oh, I'm
Autos?
not. I can't hear you.
Are you getting any training with your autos?
Training the outdoor stuff. No, well, actually, yeah, I did some super cropping on the really big ones, and as I tell people usually videos about info on autoflowers, you don't want to do hard training and stuff, super cropping and stuff like that normally. But if you're doing it outdoors and you're not worried about them stunting, like they're already getting too big, so stunting's not really a worry for me then. So I started just pinching them all, and kind of helped because they're starting to stick up and go through the roof and stuff. So yeah, I think it was needed. The super cropping was definitely needed. I didn't do any other training with the other ones though.
Well, honestly, that super cropping is, I think, the most important. If you're gonna do any training, I'm a super crop guy. I believe you should be
Yeah.
putting a little bit of attention on every single branch, because you're gonna bear some
No,
fruit. You're gonna bear some fruit.
Exactly, and it's not hard. It doesn't take long. It's probably the easiest way to train your plant if it's photo period, or if you want to do that with autoflowers. It is very fast. You just boom, 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 pinch, 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 and then there you go. Then it pops up the next day, and you're getting more more light inside. More, you can spread the plants out more like that. So yeah, and you get better buds.
You kind of already said this already, but if you had to pick, and you're indoors, auto or photo?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot,
I
man.
have
Come
to.
on.
This is tea.
Oh, well, jeez. Jeez, come on.
Nobody's gonna hold you accountable to your answer here.
Oh,
Absolutely
well,
not. Nobody watches this show anyway.
let's say if I'm only doing YouTube videos, then yeah, I would do only autoflowers. But if
Fair.
it's just me by myself and I had a choice, I'd probably go photo periods. Um, because it's just autoflowers are just more interesting, kind of.
Yep.
But photo periods are just, they're easier to grow. You get fire genetics, you can clone it. It's just easier to do. I'm not an autoflower fanatic by any means. I love it. I love spreading the information, but I also love photo periods and all weed. So
That's fair.
that's kind of my take.
That's a fair take, man. And that's exactly it. People are like, oh, I know people are like, pigeons, put them through the, you hate autoflowers. The reality is no, no. You read a clip or whatever, or you watched a clip and saw a thing. It's like, stop growing autoflowers. I state my case
Yeah.
in there very well in regards to why I think it's important that. I don't think it's important that people stop growing autoflowers. I just want people to be aware of where autoflowers fit in our great grand scheme of things. You've got companies like Mephisto. I'm a huge fan of them, man. They're doing incredible things with autos, man. Fast Buds is doing some incredible things with autos. Like, autos are taking off right now. And I'm not going to sit here and say I hate autos. I never said that. I never said that.
Yeah.
So in fairness, I've got autos right here, man. I got What do I got? I got a couple autos. I got a.
What do you got?
Strawberry cheesecake auto, Alaskan banana berry auto. Yeah, those two autos. So I will be growing autos in the future.
Right on, man.
Yeah, why
Been
not?
a while.
It's God, yeah. People, and also a lot of people think I've never grown an auto. Man, I've grown tons
Oh,
of
really?
autos. Yeah, I've grown tons of autos.
Oh, yeah. I've seen it.
Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, exactly. I've had some great ones too. I really enjoyed them. But we kind of dabbled over this a little bit. You, sir, have another channel that has nothing to do with weed. And this excites me because, in my opinion, in the same way that I encourage anyone and everyone to create and to stream and be them, I also want to convince every cannabis content creator to branch outside of cannabis and create content, because you have a skill, you have a reason to be here, and you, sir, have another channel. What is it, and what do you do?
My other channel is a travel channel, and it is called Nomadic Dreamers. It's pretty much my travel channel that I made because I met my wife over in the Philippines. We go back and forth and stuff, and I think it was like the second time over, I was like, you know what? I should be documenting this. I have a YouTube channel. That's when I was posting on my Dr. Autoflower channel. So I kind of just mixed it all together. And then I learned that's probably not the best thing. So I kind of branched off and made a new channel. And yeah, so it's kind of my adventures around Philippines, mostly Philippines and stuff. And yeah, I also branched off, started doing raves and festivals and stuff. And because I used to do a lot more film work. I think back in 2015, I started a film company, working for companies, just doing like ads and stuff for them. I don't know. I just got really into filmmaking, and then it kind of spilled over to travel, and that's when the whole travel vlogging thing was blowing up. And I was like, you know what? I always felt like if you have like a love for something or a passion, you can make a YouTube channel out of it. You can, and if it's really good, you could have a whole career out of it. You could have a new life. It was almost like my backup plan. If I ever decided to fully live over there, I was going to use that as like my means of income, making videos, working with resorts, stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of been a little side project. Been on hold since the whole lockdown and all that shit of the world. But yeah, we're looking very much to go back. So
Good.
Hopefully in the winter, I think.
Good.
Probably, I think definitely this winter.
Good. No, I'm 100%. I 100% agree with you in regards to you should 100. I'm all over the place. You should follow your passion and create, no matter what it is. I agree that. Sorry, it took me that long to actually remember what it was I was trying to say. That's how well I stumble and talk at the same time. When you said that anyone,
you're kind of cutting out.
When
is there any way to like get that other microphone like a little bit closer to you?
I don't know which microphone it is. Oh, maybe.
I think we're on Mrs. P's microphone.
No, it'll be this one, I think. That one? Is that a little bit better?
I think so.
Okay. All right. We'll allow it.
Okay. Sorry, I gotta pause.
Go ahead.
Like when there's breaks, this is one thing that throws me off with live streams. If there's like crackles and breakups of like voices and stuff, it throws me off. So I'm just like, I'm tripping out here. You're upside down. I'm just like trying to pay attention here. So sorry if I'm a little off. But well, I think it's better.
You, sir, are doing wonderful. You look and sound great. You're 100% natural, and I would never tell that you were anxious, nervous, or otherwise. So thank you for putting up with the sideways, upside down. Can hear them maybe if you can't.
No worries.
When I first started this podcast, I had, it's embarrassing to admit this, I had 3 cell phones logged into Discord so that I could have I had a phone streaming to the TV through Apple so that I could bring up, oh, it was ridiculous. And so every now and again, my guests would cut out and I wouldn't hear what they were talking about for 30, 40 seconds. And then all of a sudden they'd look at me like, oh, you can't hear anything. And I'd have to be like, oh, wonderful. I'm glad to hear that. And it was the most embarrassing. So I made sure that I had all those guests back on later once I had an earpiece to have a real interview with them. But yes. So, well, thank you. Everything you're saying is being noted down and it's going to be fixed for the next time.
Awesome.
Won't happen again, boss. I promise.
No worries, no worries.
When I 100% think that someone who has a passion, I think they should create a YouTube channel. I don't care if it's knitting, I don't care if it's yoga, I don't care if it's cooking, riding bicycles, roofing, sidewalk making. Everything. You should be able to put a little GoPro on and record it. Some people have the opinion not to have their faces shown, but I just think that you should document it, overlay it, and get it out there because everybody's creating today, man. It's beautiful.
I actually say the same exact thing to anyone who's like really passionate about something. I'm just like, dude, start a YouTube channel.
Yes.
You have no idea where it could go. I've grown up with people, some of the funniest people, funnier than comedians, just hilariously awesome people. They love fishing. And I was just like, dude, start a YouTube channel. You could have a whole new career, a whole new lifestyle, and where you just go fishing every day and just laugh with everyone online. And they're, oh no, that's crazy. And it's just like, it can happen. You just gotta have the ambition to make it happen.
That's it. I 100% agree. And it's funny because, and no matter what happens, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged.
Yeah.
My biggest hurdle over the course of the last 6 months has been audio. Trying to dial in audio, and you know, someone might think, well, why don't you test the audio before you go live? My God, does that not sound like an easy answer? The reality is that once you go live and you start to incorporate another someone who's coming in from another source, or you start to incorporate latency and bit rate, and it's a whole other conversation. I wish it was as easy as just test it before you go live. We tested everything before we went live, and everything was wrong when we went live. That's the reality.
I was wondering, like, are we gonna test something? I'm freaking out. Like,
no.
Just throw me in the fire. I'm like, okay.
Yep, 100%. Pure fire. Yeah, pure fire. Yeah, sometimes I do like a little walkthrough or whatever, but not. Yeah, sometimes I just.
It's working out.
Yeah, there's a pack of wolves. We just figured it out. Because that's the reality of it. Is there's going to be failures along the way. And the wonderful thing about Adobe Premiere is you just edit those out and nobody knows about them.
Exactly. Oh, that's awesome.
No, I'm glad that you're making travel content. I love to see what you and the missus are up to when you're traveling. I like to get to know the person behind the camera a lot.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm getting when you take us on an adventure with you. And I love that.
I watched some of your guys' vlogs too, your Vegas adventures. I was like, oh, this is awesome. You get to see like the behind the scenes, you guys having fun. No, I know exactly what you're talking about, and
it's valuable.
It's just like another aspect, and I don't know, you build a closer relationship. But yeah, I'm really, really wanting to blend the two. And now that Thailand's legal, I want to get over there and do some travel cannabis content. And I think now's the time before they make it illegal again or something.
Smart, bro. You 100% have a knack for not only capturing what you're doing in the garden, but a great way, or you have the ability of spreading quality knowledge of how to grow good plants in the garden. You've been doing it.
Yeah.
Your record speaks for itself. Your record speaks for itself. You've been doing fantastic. And to hear that you're considering going back into content, I love that. And for the record, I would love to see a Dr. Autoflower Pigeons 420 collab having a discussion about autoflowers.
Let's do it.
I'm down. We gotta do it where we can shoot back and forth.
In the books.
Yes, yes. I'll have my people reach out to your people.
Sounds good.
Bro, if anybody wanted to reach out to you or have a conversation or anything, where would they reach you?
I guess the comment section of my YouTube channel or Instagram. Instagram's probably the best way if you want to just direct message me or whatever. But yeah, that's the best place, or the most where I actually post. I don't know. I'm pretty bad on Instagram. I barely post there now, but I'm gonna try to get back into YouTube, get everything rolling again. This is a nice kick in the butt.
Good.
To light the fire or whatever. But yeah, thanks for having me on and like inspiring me again with the really nice inspirational talks.
Bro, I honestly thank you for coming in here and having a conversation with me. More importantly, thanks for bearing with all my issues and toughing through it with me, man.
Worries.
I'm gonna make sure that when we edit this and it comes out on the weekend that it looks flawless and you look great. So
Awesome.
thank you, man. Honestly, it's an absolute pleasure, bro. To be able to keep doing content online for as long as you and I have been doing it for is a blessing. But it's almost unheard of. People don't get to have this run on YouTube as long as we've had. So to be able to do that and to be able to do it with each other has been awesome, bro. I'd love to be able to look at you and be like, this is one of the kids who was playing in the playground with me when I was swinging.
The Canadian boys.
The Canadian boys representing. That's right.
Exactly,
Thank you so much for being here, man. I don't want to take too much of your time. You bared through my technical difficulties. I appreciate you, homie. I encourage everybody to go check out Dr. Autoflower over on YouTube and over on Instagram.
I appreciate you too.
Thank you, bro. Thank you so much for being here, man. Have yourself a great night.
Thank you, man.
We'll do this again. We'll talk Autoflowers even in depth more. Can't wait for a collab, bro. Peace, homie.
Awesome to get a chat with you and Mrs. P.
Thanks, brother.
Easy, man.
Peace, G.
Cheers.
Wow. Cheers, homie. Wow. Huge shout out to my boy Dr. Autoflower. I'm telling you right now, if you are not following Dr. Autoflower over on Instagram and YouTube, you are missing out. I know he says that he's going to start getting into YouTube again, but the reality is that even if you go and check out his other content, you will not be disappointed because it is absolutely fantastic. It's my show. I'm grabbing the microphone. So please, if you wouldn't mind, go check him out. And you know what? Go hit up his travel channel as well. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Too far? Too close?
Too close.
I don't think you'll be disappointed. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, huge shout out to you guys, man. Thank you guys for bearing through that one. I'm not entirely sure where we went wrong on that one, how it went wrong, but I want you guys to know that we just ordered a brand new PC. Got a brand new computer on the way. Mrs. P is going to have herself an entirely new production setup come hopefully next week.
No, it won't be here.
It won't be here next week. It's going to be here for the week after, which is going to allow us to just have things running a little bit smoother. For those that don't know, my entire setup is running off of a laptop. I've got a streaming laptop connected to my gaming computer, streaming computer, editing computer. Now I'm going to take the editing computer and I'm going to designate it as the streaming PC and have a brand new rig arriving soon. So I'm hoping that that's going to be something that is going to change things up where I'm not running off of the laptop in all of its glory. We've bottlenecked it so bad. Shout out to the laptop for hanging through. It's done what we've needed to do. But the reality is we've bottlenecked it real bad, and I cannot wait to get something new. So shout out to you guys for even making me think about doing something like this. I appreciate you guys. This is Tea with P. It happens every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central. We talk about all things nudes, culture, science, health. This show would not be made possible without the 100 of you, 95, that are here right now. If you're here and you were here since the beginning, and I see you guys, Mechanic, Untrained, Ganix, thank you guys. Idiom. Thank you guys for being here through the whole thing, man. If you were here in the chat, let me know. Let me know. If you were here for the whole show, let me know. I see Organics. He was here from the beginning. Sean, great to see your beautiful face. Double A, you too. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you guys for being here throughout the whole thing. That's what really, really gets me because you are the flock. And as I mentioned earlier, some like to soar high with the eagles. Some like to get high with the pigeons, and I feel like I know where you side on this one, and that really tickles me for that. So thank you, East Coast Grower. I appreciate you for the story tonight, man. We got a community highlight that I would like to get into that I feel like is very important. Speaking of breakdown, I see you. Zero, Kev, I've been here. Yeah, Mr. B, I see you. Shackleford, I see you here too. Speaking of OGs, okay? Speaking of OGs, I want to talk about tonight's community highlight. Let's go.
Community highlights.
All right, so my voice isn't as large as some of the others around here, but if there's anything I can do before my downfall is spread the word to some of the creators that certainly deserve the shout out. And if I go down, I want them to know that I want them to know that they had my support for whatever it's worth. There's a young fella out there that's been around on YouTube longer than me. I've only been around on YouTube since 16, creating cannabis content since 14, 10 years. But there's a cat out there that's been doing it even longer than me, who is still well deserving of community highlight, because I want this to be an opportunity where we bridge communities, because there's a lot of creators out there that are big or small, that are out there doing their thing, and I want it to be known that me and my community are on the side of these creators. A huge shout out to Strange Show. This is a dude who this is a bad spot. Go to his channel. This is a dude who has probably forgotten more about weed than I will ever remember. This guy can describe, there we go, that's that good looking face. Shout out to Mrs. P for making it work. This guy knows how to make weed sound like a beautiful dessert capped with glorious sex on the beach and a snooze in a bed made of clouds with the most elegant unicorns jumping over top. This is Strange Show. I want you guys to go hit that subscribe button, because right now I am going to hit that subscribe button as well, because this is a man that is well deserving of a shout out, and as I mentioned, can talk to weed, can talk about weed in a way that just gets me excited, in a way that I used to read little boy magazines. Nope, that's not what I wanted to say. Magazines that I used to read as a little boy. That's a better way to put it. Shout out to Strange Show. This guy is a great guy, coupled with a quality entertainer with great content. Go follow him. He is an OG, been around since 2014, and I think you will not be disappointed if you go follow him and hit that subscribe button. Let him know the flock sent him. Great dude. Shout out to Strange Show for putting out some quality content, and the flock stands behind you, brother. Guys, that's a wrap. That's Tea with P. Starting at 9 p.m. Central, going way too late. I hope you guys had yourself a fantastic show. We're going to be back Wednesday with All Things Considered, because I tend to say I'm back before, and then we end the show and Mrs. be like, we're not back. Hope to be back again, Tea with P, Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Central, next week. Tune in. We're going to have lots to discuss. We've got a wicked guest next week as well. We've got someone special I can't wait to hash it out with. So if you're not already, follow me on Instagram so you're getting the latest. Follow me on Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/pigeons420. If you would like to come and join the conversation, see your name at the bottom of the screen. That one will work. If you can. No, it doesn't pop up. Oh. Oh gosh. Wow, I can't get anything right. All right, I'm gonna figure it out. What's wrong with it? But my patrons at the bottom of the screen that would work. You guys are the shit. No. Nothing. Done it. Damn. I literally tested all this before we went live. You would not believe it. And it all worked. But huge shout out to my patrons, guys. Going to be offering personalized garden classes starting on the 3rd of September. If that's something you're interested in, tune in, patreon.com/pigeons420. Thank you guys for being here. I'm Pigeons. This is T with P. I appreciate you guys watching, man. Canna Kev, thank you, brother. On a roll. Breakdown Pound. Reginald, what's up, bro? Thank you, man. Bad news for being here. Sean B. Pimpin'. No, sorry, Pimpy. Thank you, man. Well, hello. The fuck is that? Wow. Thankfully, we got a new computer on the way. Close up, I think, is what you wanted there. But it's okay. It's okay. We're all learning. We're going to have a brand new rig in a matter of weeks. It's no big deal. Thank you guys so much for being here. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/pigeons420, where there's almost as many issues, but more entertainment, and we game every single night. Thank you guys for being here. I'm Pigeons. That's Mrs. P. You are you, and we're smiling together. Thank you for being here. T with P. See you next week. Peace.